Page 147. This is number 3 at the top of the page. Again, we're just reading it. We look it over and we see what it's about. I can see already it's about a bunch of broken chords. We've already had an etude similar to this. So, it's 2 lines long, treble bass clef, no sharps or flats in the key signature. It's sitting on a C chord. So I figure we're in C major. You know what to do with the scales and arpeggios, blah, blah, blah. Okay. 2/4 time signature, and we got the triplets. 1 endo, 2 endo, or triplet, triplet. We've had this before. It's just extremely important that all those notes are even right from the beginning to end. Now you will notice here they give a triplet indication in the first measure only, nowhere else. They're just helping you out here. See, some publishers wouldn't give you any kind of triplet indication at all. It's up to you to actually figure it out. It's in 2/4 time and that's 6/8 notes. How does that work? Well, you have to have triplets. So sometimes you just got to figure out they're triplets because it's like in measure 2 doesn't give you anything. Well, they beam 3 of them together as a hint. But in theory, if it were 3/4 time, they could have beamed 2 together. It'd be 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. So there's different ways of publishing and printing the material, and different publishers are going to use different things. You got to figure it out sometimes. It helps when they tell you the first measure they're triplets, although I think it's pretty obvious they're triplets because they're beamed together and there's only 2 beats in a measure. They got to be triplets, as far as I know. If you want, play them all the block chords first just to get a feel for them. It's C. That's an F chord in, let's see on the bottom, second version. First inversion. Once you get an idea what the chords are, I went really quick because I already know what it is. Do the triplet thing. 1 endo, 2 endo. Get the idea? You are moving around a little bit, but you got time to move while one hand plays, the other hand moves. So everything is connected and even. The last measure, LH over. They want the left hand to play that note. So it's over. As the right hand plays, the left hand's over. So it's all even and connected. Don't have to. If you want the right hand to play it, just use the extended. Rather than here, you reach out to here, and that's the position for the extended chord. You don't have to keep in that position. You come up as you go. Here, different ways of fingering it. This is nice practice here. If you do it extended, you shouldn't have to look at the keyboard. If you do that, you got to look down to where you move. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with looking down when you have to. As far as the articulation goes, they don't give you any, which means it's entirely up to you. You could do the whole thing staccato if you wanted to, or disconnected. And I'm flexing at the wrist here. The only articulation to give is the accent at the end, so you play that note a little louder. Whatever, okay. Maybe you connect them all. Mix it up. Use your imagination. Have some fun. Connect one hand and disconnect the other. And then switch it. Yeah. Maybe I do 2-note slurs. That's a challenge because they're triplets. Because it overlaps. The natural accent is 1, 2, 1, 2. Ba 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 ba. That's a little syncopation when you do 2-note slur. Because you still want to feel that 1, 2, 1, 2. Two-note slurs, I don't know. Just experiment. They don't tell you anything. And when they do that, it leaves it wide open. Sort of. There is a limit. I mean, you try to be musical. Sometimes you can tell by the piece and the melody, a kind of the overall atmosphere, and you want to stay within that. This doesn't say much of anything. There's no real melody to it. It's a bunch of broken chords. So have fun with it. The idea is the more you play around and explore this, the more you're practicing it, the better you're getting. And it'll all happen in the background. You don't even realize it's happening. Just enjoy. As far as the dynamics go, mezzo forte throughout, and that makes the last note loud because the accent. I suggest you play this at all the different dynamic, or several. How soft can you play it without using the soft pedal? How soft can you play it? Very light, very little weight going. I'm still transferring weight from finger to finger, but it's very little weight. Maybe you do it loud. You're heavy here. Transfer a lot of weight. And somewhere in the middle, it's good practice. They want mezzo forte, that's fine, whatever that is. Speed is moderato, and it's the overall feel, probably a 1, 2, 1, 2. Feel like that, that's fine if that's it. Let's play this together slowly and check the notes. Rhythm shouldn't be a problem. They're all triplets pretty much. And I'm going to put the metronome on the 8th note here. So it's beating each eighth note in the triplets. I'll give us 2 quarter notes to come in. Ready and go and there we go. Okay. Ready and go and